Sunday triple header inside the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig. And we thank you all for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. We hope that you're staying safe and dry despite the weather. But you can keep us company with the volleyball action here with Dip Dipiac and Ayel Asenero, Alexis Tinsaya bringing you the first match. Ayel, I'm sure these two teams, they were looking forward to this day. This is going to be a good matchup for them to finally get a shot at getting their first win in the tournament.
That's for sure. Both of these teams are probably just excited to play today because they have a big opportunity to get their first win and also to really try to challenge each other today. Again, most of their games they lost in straight sets.
Yeah.
So today is going to be a very different challenge for them.
It's actually pretty identical for these two teams, having played, each of them have played a 5-setter in this tournament and also 1 4-setter. And the rest of the way, they've lost in straight sets. So based on the results on paper, they are a good match. Meanwhile, first point awarded to CHICHI DHTSI, courtesy of Sorio.
Yes, Sorio, another big contributor in their previous game, so we can expect him to be that go-to player as Sorio gets back-to-back points to start this first set.
Right on cue as he gets a deflection, a block. So both on offense and defense, pretty active. And iba rin yung galaw ng CHICHI when he's on the court.
Right.
Palisok, that one is going to be a net violation on CHICHI.
Palisok, one of the more experienced players on the side of Martelli meets.
They go middle, that is long. But asking for a touch was Lim. None awarded and no challenge will be given out. So we are tied at 2-all. That's over-received. Chance for the black shirts. May halong gigil si Palisok, that went wide.
Actually, you sense that both teams really try to be aggressive in offense, but so far it has been forcing them to commit some errors here.
Reyes, that one picked up by Sorio. Alicante, the top scorer for CHICHI in their last game, couldn't get that one. And Cortez will get a point.
Cortez off the hands of CHICHI.
So 2 deadlocks early on here.
We expected this one, Def. We know both teams will really try to fight for every point here.
Right. Reyes with a serve. They go middle to Lim. Violation on the side of Martelli meets. So exchanging of points so far with CHICHI dictating the scoring here. Lim serves. Febrero with the set to Cruz.
No, this is what Martelli is capable of if they get that good first ball. They have great middles in Cruz and Reyes who are really capable of scoring. Take a look at that one. Easy outing for Cruz.
Service error for Palisok.
Errors of both teams, not allowing them to gain momentum in the start of the set.
5-4 is the score. Febrero will set up Cortez. Popped up by Alicante. He gets the bump from De La Cruz. There was a touch, but unable to control on that reception.
Right, Alicante and Sorio actually the open attackers are just so good in avoiding the hands of the blockers of Martelli meets.
It's a good first ball that leads to the running spike by Cruz.
So far, Martelli showing their offensive strengths. Cruz has been efficient. We're seeing some combination plays as well.
That's tight. Tried to make do with that, but it sailed out for Lopez. 6-all, another tied game. Alicante with a soft touch. Cebrero, that was read by Alicante. He knew Cebrero was going to go there, but unable to send it back.
Cebrero outsmarting him in that one, knowing that his hands wasn't locked in.
And Martelli gets a taste of the lead, but quickly answered back by Lopez.
What an attack by Lopez there. 3 blockers with him. Still a point for CHICHI. Take a look at this one. 3 blockers jumping at the same time, taking advantage of the spaces in between the blocks.
They've been going to the middle, high efficiency to Cruz. And that brings us to our first technical timeout. Martelli up by 1.
Dip in a yell for today's game. The Martelli Butchers are focusing on stronger defensive patterns given CHICHI's strong attackers. And regarding the player you highlighted a while ago with 11 points against Chris Cross, Kenrod O'Malley shared to me his journey, which has been quite the comeback. He's come a long way from recovering from a year-long Achilles injury last August, right after the NCAA finals. It took him a faster recovery given the eagerness to come back and play again. He also talked about leaving his collegiate team and joining Spikers Surf while he's now a senior at San Beda. For Kenrod, Spikers Service on another level. For Martelli, it's been used as a major training ground for the upcoming season. Hopefully they can secure a win today and more wins next conference. Let's go back to set 1.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Kenrod O'Malley for San Beda, sitting out due to an injury last year, but back here playing for Master Butchers and has been a difference maker, but also this guy in this game doing it as well in the service area.
Doing everything right now for Martelli. Talking about Cruz.
3 points now for him on 2 attacks and 1 ace. Last second pickup by Cortez. They go to Palisok. De La Cruz will bump it. Sorio. Cruz with a pickup. Oh, nice play.
Great floor defense shown so far by Martelli. Great dig from Cruz there. Allowed Cebrero to set up the wing attacker. Great finish as well.
That doesn't work. That's back-to-back points for Bondok.
Bondok with a great anticipation in that one. Overpass, Bondok definitely taking advantage of that regalo. Martelli starting to find the slow here.
They built a 5-point lead here in set 1. It's a sharp serve. Sorio on the drop. The tip doesn't work. But that one, 3 straight points for Andre Bondok. And he's on a roll, which forces CHICHI Brotherhood Titans to call for time.
Gamitin mo yung side blocker, gamitin mo yung kamay ng blocker. Hindi tayo mananalo pag ganyan ang ano natin, ang aura natin sa loob. Go. Sige, high service talaga. Sige, go tayo. Isipan nyo.
Wala, first one.
Nakalima na. Wala.
Coach Javier, they're talking about some options, some spiking options, because defense so far has been so good on the side of Martelli.
12-7. That is inside.
Cruz continues to serve for Martelli. Good
4 points now.
Good show of consistency on the service line as well.
13-7. CHICHI needs a stop here and a point. Not yet. The push. They go to Lopez, who is blocked. Access denied by Angelo Reyes.
Everything going well so far on the side of Martelli, from Cruz on the service line, even from the blocking there. Reyes and Bundok teaming up.
Oh, they will change things up at the center position. Liniega will sit. And Renz Cruz will continue to serve. That one was out. It's the only thing that stopped the run of Renz Cruz at the service line, his error.
But CHICHI, they need a mini run here.
Yeah.
They want to close this gap.
Mosera will now be the setter for CHICHI. Oh, Reyes with some hang time.
Passing just so good on the side of Martelli.
Check that out. And that brings us to our second technical timeout. Martelli means up by 8.
Salamin, Bibini, may pag-asa na ba? Nang magkaang puso mapagbigyan, mahiwagang salamin.
Minsan naiintindihan mo bakit sila volleyball player at hindi singer. Pero maganda na alam ni Cortez yung kantang yun.
Ikaw, Dep, alam mo yung kanta yun.
Sino ba naman ako para magsabi niyo, hindi naman ako singer. Ikaw yung alam namin may potential out of all. Meanwhile, Sombrero will convert on that service. So they're on a tear here with a 9-point lead. Oh, naibalik lang.
But for Martelli, they have room for those kinds of mistakes because of this big lead that they have right now. Meanwhile, for CHICHI, very limited room for those kinds of errors. They need more consistency here.
Mosera will serve 9-17. A tip doesn't work for Bundok. Sorio will try, wait for the ball. Good save. Scramble continues. It's a long rally, but Sorio ends it.
Finally, a much-needed point here for CHICHI. Sorio powering through the hands of Reyes. Look at this one.
Hindi kinailangan ng Buelo, just waited for the ball. De La Cruz able to get a touch. They bump it to the right side. And Miguel will score.
CHICHI starting to find their momentum here. Great option there to just wipe it out. This was a Miguel.
Oh, misreceived. Two guys going after it. De La Cruz with a nice pickup. Sorio again. That goes through. And CHICHI making a mini run here in set number 1.
And that's because they're looking more organized right now. from offense to defense. And I mean, Sorio has been an impact player now that he is in the front row.
Sobrero goes middle. Set back. And Coach Ian Conde will call for a timeout. His team still up by 5 or by 4 rather, and he wants to talk things over.
Take advantage yung yung sitwasyon, ha? Go, go, go. Go. Receive muna, receive. O, tapos play, okay?
Clearly that timeout was just for Martelli. Needs to regroup because again, as you mentioned, they still have a 4-point lead, but they can't afford to make any more mistakes. They need a quick side out here if they want an easier time in this set.
So this was a 9-point advantage earlier after Sobrero made the service ace, and then it's been 5 straight for CHICHI. So definitely they want to stop the bleeding. And they do so courtesy of Reyes.
Perfect answer there after that timeout. Seems like everyone contributing on the side of Martelli. We've mentioned a lot of names already in Reyes, Cruz, Palisok as well.
Bundok also had 3 straight earlier.
Right.
Lim. That trickles to the side of Martelli meets Cortez with a drop.
Cortez adding a point also. Outsmarting the floor defense of CHICHI. That was the 3rd point of Cortez.
Salamin, salamin. Sabi nga niya. Sorio. A lot of power there, but unable to target the line. Although CHICHI will call for a challenge and ask for a block touch. It's the first challenge for this match here in set 1.
It has been all Sorio on the side of CHICHI the past few sequences. 5 points already for Sorio.
There was a game where he did not play for CHICHI. That was when they faced Savage Spin Doctors, and it definitely impacted CHICHI not having him around. But I believe that was because he was studying for an exam, something like that. So for good reason. Sobrang nipis, but that is indeed a block touch.
Good eyes there. Sorio also really looked confident that there was a block touch. So good challenge for CHICHI.
Just grazed the skin by the slightest of margins. Cortez. De La Cruz playing good defense. Alicante. Battle of the net. Won by Cortez.
You see Martelli having more variety, having more players contributing points. I mean, we keep mentioning it has been teamwork so far. And now that Cortez in the front row, it has been him having the hot hands.
20 serving 14. Back to a 6-point game. Mosera back sets to Miguel. Naiangat ni Sobrero. Palisok waits for it. And no one was ready for that ball.
Good timing there from Palisok. That was a difficult angle for him. Take a look at this one. Didn't force so much power, just enough spin in the placement shots.
Forced to do that tough set. Muntik pa. And then eventually a point for Alicante. Napaganda pa yung play na yun for him.
Right, lucky break there for CHICHI. Martelli looking disorganized in that past sequence. The help of the net as well.
Yeah. Looked like a play that he drew up by himself. Lim will check out as Frias will enter to serve. 15 to 21. Cebrero tosses. That's going to be a point on that combination to Palisok.
Balanced playmaking so far from Cebrero.
Honrado and Tubog will enter for a full front line para sa Martelli Meets. Tubog will be the setter for the Master Butchers. Back set to Miguel, had to use his offhand, almost. Free ball. Osera transfers to Alicante. Kinuha pa rin ni Miguel. Alicante again, still nothing. Bundok, that's a tough set. De La Cruz bumps. Alicante, strong, and that's... Oh, but the point awarded to CHICHI as there was a... They will challenge that it was ball in, ball out. So tignan natin.
Well, Alicante was very intentional in going to that corner pocket. But Martelli looking confident that it actually went out.
Or let's see, based on the challenge, which Michael Ian Conde, his first stint as a head coach here in the Spikers turf. Also played, by the way, years ago here in this tournament, as he told us. Over on starting lineup, ito medyo malayo.
Very clear that it went out.
Sekitin will check in for Cruz, who had a good start to this game. Martelli Meets only 2 points away from taking set 1. Miguel likes to attack and hit it off the block. That's his second point.
Good one there coming from Miguel, seeing two blockers with him, maximizing the loose block as well, putting more power in that spike.
Deniega back as the setter for CHICHI. Tubog goes middle. Napasa yun. Lopez and Alicante teaming up.
And you see now bright spots coming from CHICHI with their offense, even their net defense, but it's just really a matter of consistency for them.
Not the best first ball. They go to Cortez. Miguel was there. Alicante cross court. Kept alive. But hindi nakuha ni Sekitin. Pinadaan sana sa blockers but it went out.
Sekitin trying to outsmart Alicante on that one.
And they're mounting another run. Cut the lead down to just 5. Good dig by Miguel. Alicante will try. Bitin.
Alicante could not convert on that one. It's too short for him.
And the Master Butchers are at set point. 24 to 18. Alicante saves a set point.
Making up for that error earlier. There's still hope here for CHICHI, but they can't afford to commit errors. Great conversion there by Alicante.
Tubog sets up the play. And a solid hit coming from Bundok to end set number 1 for Martelli Meets.
What a first set for Martelli Meets. Everyone contributing from all sides of the court. Bundok on top of the blockers to end that set.
And they take it in a relatively comfortable fashion with CHICHI trailing by 6 there. 25 to 19. We'll give you set number 2 after this break. back inside the United Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Kakatapos lang ng set 1 and Martelli meets taking that one. Let's take a look at the highlights. What did we see there, Aiel, in that first set of action that allowed the Master Butchers to take it?
Well, for the Master Butchers, it was really their offense. A lot of points coming from all sides of the court. Everyone contributing from Cruz, Bondok, Reyes, Cordes, Palisok. Everyone making sure that they were contributing points. The reason why they were able to create more consistency and create more flow in that first set. And clearly, you can see in the attack points, more attack points for Martelli with 14 against the 10 of CHICHI. Both teams with 3 kill blocks apiece. But Martelli making sure that they were serving strong, putting CHICHI out of system. They have 3 service aces, and both teams committing number of errors just enough for them. But again, you can't see the timing and the stats. It was really the timing of the errors of CHICHI that did not allow them to gain momentum in that first set.
And speaking of the balanced scoring, you have the numbers to prove just that, Aiel.
You have a Cruz with the 4 points, Bondok with 4, Reyes with 4 as well, Cordes with 4 as well, and Palisok with 2. And that also speaks about the balanced playmaking of Cebrero.
4x4 pala, no? 4 players with 4 points each.
Yeah.
Kailangan yun dahil mahirap na pag bumaan, di ba? Dapat. For CHICHI, Sorio has 6 points. And Alicante, who led them in scoring last game, so far has 3. Lopez and Miguel have 2 apiece for the Brotherhood Titans. So we're about to begin set 2 here. And once again, we thank you for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Del Pilar will see action for the first time here in set 2.
Yeah, they will need contributions from other players if they want to win this set, because every time Sorio is in the back row, they are having a difficult time to convert more points.
Reyes starts off with that point.
Reyes, one of the efficient attackers as well on the side of Martelli.
Former UE Red Warrior. Cebrero, on the other hand, is a former heavy bomber. Played for Jose Rizal University. Had a service ace earlier. Deniega sets up the play. That is through for Alicante.
Alicante with a powerful spike there. Take a look at this one. Taking advantage of that angle as well, avoiding the blockers.
I think Del Pilar also had the role to play there. No? Medyo nabitin si Reyes. Was fooled a bit. Alicante again. Oh, good block from the towers of the Master Butchers.
You just see how cohesive Martelli is playing actually. Take a look at that blocking formation. There was a gap, but 2 blockers jumping at the same time.
Bundok has that length, no? Went for the serve. Miguel dug up. That's still alive. Isidro able to get the second ball. It's with the Brotherhood Titans. Boy pa rin. The effort rewarded. The black shirts looking for a point, and they convert it into one.
Then you also see that Cebrero has the luxury of having a lot of offensive options. Take a look at this one. Babantayan mo talaga lahat. The reason why
they're forced to wait, no, kung sino ba talaga yung bibigyan ng bola, because as you mentioned, everyone contributing. Cebrero, Reyes, acrobatic. Had to twist and turn. And may net violation pa for Del Pilar.
So strong start here for Martelli.
Earlier, it was a back and forth. This was what happened earlier. Ooh. At the best connection there. And another net touch for Del Pilar.
Unfortunate errors here coming from CHICHI.
Bit of a struggle with his short stint here in set 2. Deniega sets up Miguel, and again pinadaan sa blockers.
And that's what they need right now. Finding more ways to score a point, putting more variety in their attacks because their power hits are being defended well. But that simple one coming from Miguel was very effective.
Sobrero goes to Reyes. That's what he can do.
Right, and Martelli just making it look so easy to convert a point here. Too high there on that one. So much angles to choose.
Numbers of Angelo Reyes. 4 attacks, 2 blocks. And a good serve. Pagkakataon for the Master Butchers. And Cruz.
Cruz definitely read that one perfectly. He was way above that block before even Lim got a good hold on that ball. Take a look at that one. Solid
Perfect
one.
time, yeah. Miguel. That time tried to avoid the blockers. Didn't do well for him. And we go to the first technical timeout with Martelli Meats up by 6.
Dipinaya moving to the side of the CHICHI Brotherhood Titans. Detsi Tanang Alicante, who scored 14 points in the last game, told me that beyond being an outside hitter, he considers himself a food connoisseur. A junior in marketing management, he's currently busy with marketing research at Philippine Christian University. He shared with me that aside from wanting to become a professional volleyball player, he actually aspires to open a coffee shop or food park in the business industry. Speaking of CHICHI, their 5-set matches were major achievements for them, especially since they only trained for 2 weeks before the conference started. This marks the beginning of something bigger they can accomplish if given a second chance next conference. Let's go back to set 2.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. No? Bagay na bagay yun kung may coffee shop na si Alicante sa panahon ngayon. No? Pero ang tanong ko sa'yo, anong spelling ng connoisseur?
Why do you have to put me on the spot?
Kasi si Alexis,
Pass.
pinapa-review tayo. Mga English lessons eh. But that's interesting to know about the players. No? Outside of volleyball, they have a lot of stuff going on also that, you know, it's nice to know na may mga hobbies din silang ganyan. Sorio, with that move.
Natanong sana kita, di ba? Ikaw ba ano yung hobby mo?
Ang hobby ko ay mag-cover kasama ka. Nag-i-enjoy talaga ako.
Okay,
pag
sige. Noted.
6-point game. Deniega with a set to Sorio.
Still good.
Sorio got lost there for a bit, found himself back, and scored the point.
A great recovery there for Sorio. As you mentioned, medyo nawala siya. Didn't know where the ball went, but just enough time to recover and still get that point.
4-9. Simple but effective for Renz Cruz.
Again, this is a big lead. Martelli is trying to go for the middle blockers, also just a big threat, not just in blocking but also in offense. Ooh.
Oh, solid block. Having himself a game out there is Renz Cruz with 7 points.
Great anticipation, great timing. And you see his hands are really trying to go for that angle.
Good serve. Good serve. And Palisok with a point.
Paulit-ulit lang, paulit-ulit. Ganun pa rin yung error eh. Wala pa rin pasa eh. Di ba? Hanggat hindi kayo magigising dyan sa mga ginagawa natin, hindi tayo mananalo. Hindi tayo makakadikit yan, no? 8 lamang. Uy, 2 game na lang natitira. Ganyan pa yung ilalabas natin na lang.
Napayin niyo konti-konti.
Kapitan nyo.
Yeah, Chichi!
Coach Javier definitely not happy with how his players has been playing. We've seen a couple of miscues already. They are looking disorganized, but we know what this team is actually capable of. And Coach Javier just pushing them to really show their potential.
Yeah, they're capable of playing well,
Right.
especially that first game where they showed that they could keep up. Forced a 5-setter against the Navigators. In the opener, Cortez comes up short.
Too much angle there for Cortez, wanting to avoid the blockers.
7-point game. Yorong will serve. Cebrero to Cruz. That's been a thing of beauty for them.
And Cruz is such a luxury to have as a middle attacker because he has so much weapons, can go A quick, B quick this time, going for that running attack and still yet very effective.
Love that slow-mo of the running spike. Back to an 8-point lead. Cruz has been the game changer.
Right. 8 points already for Cruz.
Short serve, picked up Sorio.
And for Chichi, they would want, I was gonna say, they would want to keep the rotation where Sorio is on the front row because he has been leading them in terms of scoring, but now Sorio already serving for Chichi.
Too strong. They want to challenge for a block touch. Pretty confident. Turned around itong si Bundok and told his coaches that he wants a second look. So they are correct. They didn't need to replay that anymore. Another good serve. Regalo para kay Reyes. But you have to credit Cruz for that serve first.
And the hard serving of Martelli is making a lot of things easier for them. They have been converting points off their service, getting regalo. And Cruz, as you mentioned, very consistent. And as we said that,
You're saying it's legit, the commentator's curse. 99% of the time. Palisok. That's out.
back-to-back errors here for Martelli. Could be an opportunity here for Chichi to gain some momentum.
Almost hit the antenna. Scramble. The hustle play, but only to be denied by Lim.
Net defense so good so far for Chichi. Martelli scrambling allowed Chichi to go for that blocking formation.
Cebrero goes back to Bundok. Naiangat pa rin. Easy over. They go back to him. Number 3 on the flyby.
This time, Bondok making sure he was on top of the blockers. Didn't even have to power through them, actually attack on top of them.
And we go to the second technical timeout.
Dilaw by Maki.
Sing it. Alam mo yan?
I just know OPM is on the rise again.
Yan ata yung kinakantahan ni Alicante kanina eh. Hindi na ako. 7-point game. Deniegat sets up to Alicante off the block.
Alicante on the roll right now. Finally giving much needed support here for Osorio. Off the hands of Reyes that time.
Reyes continues to punch it through.
And the soft serves coming from CHICHI is allowing Martelli actually to set up bigger plays and faster plays. We see a lot of attacks coming from the middle, both Reyes and Cruz.
That is a deadly duo. Reyes
It is.
and Cruz. Umali, we talked about him earlier at the top of the coverage, where he had 11 points against Chris Cross. Hasn't seen a lot of minutes today. That ricochets back. And point awarded to the Master Butchers.
Blockers way above.
Bumalik kay Yorong. Mali with the serve again. That is out for Alicante.
Alicante wanting to attack on top of the smaller blocker in Teodones. But no good for him there.
El Pilar will check back in, a chance to redeem himself with those errors a while ago. Oh, not the best first ball. It ends up as a chance for the Master Butchers. Soft touch. Miguel, the lefty. Play continues. Cebrero looks at the options. Push. And that works for Alicante.
Alicante this time keeping it simple, going for the tip. But Cebrero not fast enough to go to the defense. Here's the second look. Loose block. No one there.
Bit tight. Alicante for the pickup. Deniega with a set. Sorio. Nakuha ni Umali. Libero takes that one. Against Cebrero. They don't manage to score. That was Alfaro, by the way, the libero for Martelli meets. Good save. Miguel. The pop-up by Cebrero. Quiodones doesn't get it. Sorio. And that drops inside.
I mean, Martelli just knows that whenever Sorio is on the front row, he's gonna be the go-to player. And this time, Reyes and Palisok reading that one well. No coverage for Chichi in the back end of the court.
And Cebrero so pumped up for his teammates. Why not? 8 points
Right.
for Reyes. Del Pilar unable to reach it.
Lopsided set so far.
Seketin checks back in for Cruz, who also has 8 points. So the middles, both with 8. Teniega. Back row hit is short.
But this is still a big lead that Chichi would want to close. They need a lot of consistency here.
Del Pilar with the serve. Palisok, the push. Sorio with a denial. Seven-point lead for Martelli Meats here in set 2. Set up. Oh, they have to avoid these errors.
Right.
This is the one allowing Chichi to crawl back in this game.
Errors piling up for Martelli Meats.
6 points na lang ang inahabol. It was a bit short. And it's kept alive. Back set. There is a net violation, unfortunately, for Sorio.
And this is how Chichi also started a lot of violations on the net. And that's not helping them in this set.
Sayang, because they were mounting that comeback.
Right.
Teniega to Miguel. Naiangat yan ni Marinas. Or rather for Martelli Isidro.
Great hustle there for Chichi.
Teniega to Sorio. Down it goes for Jonathan Sorio.
And Sorio has been so good targeting that zone 1.
Now in double digits with 10 points.
Sorio definitely has been the bright spot.
We'll make that 11 after that last point. Quiodones, it's inside. Mukhang tatawag ng challenge ang Chichi DHTSI though.
Ball in, ball out challenge.
Or they need every point at this point.
Right. Because they have been playing catch up all throughout
Oo.
this set. They are yet to close this big gap of Martelli.
That's been the trend. No? Sa simula, able to stick close. May iwanan ng onte, then late comeback. But a little too late in set 1 earlier. It's definitely inside.
Titoan is happy with that one. He just knew he wanted to go to that angle.
And that is his first point, which is why he wanted that. Deniega. Lopez.
What an attack by Lopez. That should give them some confidence here.
Cebrero, the sept. Back with the black shirts. Binalik kay Umali. Alicante. Umali with the offhand. Play continues back and forth. Players diving.
A great hustle from both teams with that floor defense. Unfortunately, another attack error for Martelli.
That's the tendency talaga, no? Pag humahaba yung rally, no? You wanna end it as soon as possible, so you tend to do things like that, which could cause some errors. Sobrero, that's still good. Teodonis with a dive. That looked good, though. And they won't challenge. Point awarded to CHICHI. We're only down by 4. Timeout, Master Butchers.
Spacing lang tayo, spacing, ha? Quick, open. Pag hindi kaya, saka lang sasais. Game.
Let's go na.
Kuha.
Martelli needs a quick side out right now because CHICHI showing that they can be resilient bit by bit. They're able to catch up. Sobrero, great dig there. Alicante, one more to Alicante. Palisok with a dig. Umali with another try. And Umali getting that point. Great response after the timeout.
And Martelli meets now at set point. On what looked like a dangerous situation where CHICHI was getting back into this set. 5 points ang lamang. Teniega goes to Lopez. Medyo may beatin pa dun.
Right, smart move by Lopez. He has been very crafty here. Seeing that big gap right behind the blockers, fooling them.
That's a vet move.
Right.
Reyes, because he's so long, can jump so high, naabot pa na yun. And that is the final point here in set 2 with Martelli meets now up 2 sets to none.
Reyes very productive when on the front row.
25-20 on that scoreline as we give you the third set after this. Back inside the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig. And the Martelli meets are up 2-0 over the CHICHI DHDSI Brotherhood Titans. Let's take a look at the highlights. Very similar, no?
Very
Yung
similar.
simula for Martelli meets. But what else did you see differently, if meron man, for the Master Butchers?
Well, for the Master Butchers, it really looked like they came in prepared for this game. They have good adjustments both from offense to defense, but clearly it has been their offense and their serving that has been working well for them. As you see the numbers here, 13 attack points for Martelli against 11 of CHICHI. Their net defense has been spectacular. 5 kill blocks for them against the 2 of CHICHI. No service aces for both teams, but we saw a lot of strong serves coming from Martelli in both teams with 7 errors apiece. So CHICHI has been so good trying to play catch up, but again, they need to recognize that they would want a strong start to have an easier time, or at least to have an opportunity to get a set against Martelli.
Hindi pwedeng sa dulo lang, no? They don't have the luxury of that. As Arena Plus, astig sa sports here in Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. 2 more games after this lined up for our Sunday triple header, the VNS Griffins versus the Navigators Iloilo. Right after this one, and then our final one to cap off the action is the FEU undefeated TNC Ultras against the Crisscross King Crunchers.
That's a big one.
Yeah, and you can argue na magsisimula pa lang yung mga real tests for FEU. No, they haven't faced Signal, they haven't faced Crisscross. That's going to be a matchup to watch out for.
Seeing almost a completely different starter here for Martelli.
Sorio starts off with a point.
They will need the if they want to extend this match. Sorio has been a big problem on the side of Martelli.
Ang 12 puntos ni Sorio. And Yorong joins in on the scoring.
A gutsy one there from Yorong. Not the tallest of attackers, but smart one to maximize the gap.
First point for him. This is like what happened in the first set where they jump-started to 2 quick points.
Right. But Martelli here quick to get a side out. Alayaga getting that power tip, getting that point.
The hit by Honrado, picked up Yorong again off the block.
Yorong just so good with targeting the hands of his blockers. And that's gonna have to be frustrating for the blockers. Again, Yorong going for the outer hand of Honrado.
Oh, and a service ace for Jonathan Sorio.
And this is where they want to be after losing the first 2 sets. Strong start in the 3rd set.
Captain delivering. Umali.
Strong one there for Umali. Look at this one. Just high enough for him. Doing cross court, no one there for CHICHI.
Two-point lead. That's out.
Alicante trying to go for the hands of Honrado there. Too much height and too much angle for him.
Back set. That's wide for Yorong, who has been getting the touches here in the set 3. So, tabla tayo at 4-all. Pump. And Cruz.
Cruz is just a big threat when he's on the front row. I mean, he has the height and length as well.
They now have the lead 5-4. Alicante. Popped up by Umali, who wants it and gets it.
A great set there coming from Tubog as well. Out of system pass but still deliver that one to Umali, and Umali converting a point.
Good dig. Umali with a soft touch. Alicante will try. Tubog had that save a while ago. Sets up the play to Umali.
What a sequence there for Martelli. Cruz just being effective as a decoy as well. Giving Umali just one blocker with him. So much room, so much angle for him.
3-point lead. Good serve. De La Cruz will have to bump it to Alicante.
Tubo got a good read on that one, just too early. Trying to go for that save.
Tsaka yung momentum niya, no, moving forward.
He's not able to control his momentum. But he knew it was going to be a drop ball.
Back set to Honrado. Blocked.
Solid block there coming from Alicante. Honrado being read perfectly.
1-point lead. Chance here to tie this one up. And Alicante does so.
Alicante knew that the defense was ready for a power hit. Adjusting last second was a good option for him.
Honrado finally gets the first point. And they go to the first technical timeout.
Dip NAL, another story to tell about the Martelli meets Butchers. Mickey Bundok, who is only 22 years old from Bulacan State University, is currently studying physical education, and his dream is to become a high school teacher and also a volleyball coach for younger children. Lawrence Calayag, who plays both middle and opposite, dreams to become an orthopedic doctor or physical therapist, whichever opportunity arises for him. It's amazing to hear that these youngsters have sports-inspired career paths together with their love for volleyball. Let's go back to set 3 to see if they can close it out in 3 for their first ever victory.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. As Honrado gets a service ace. Yung mga sports inclined na yun, we'll have to get tips from their Ate Ayel. Diba?
No, but sports is a beautiful industry to stay in.
Yeah.
So, whatever that career path may be,
Lingid sa kaalaman ng lahat na isa pong master's student ng aking partner na napakahusay balancing ACADS and
grabe na. Tama na, Dip.
broadcasting. Ganun talaga. If you want to highlight those, and we're hoping that they also achieve those as they continue to study. Meanwhile, a 3-point lead for Martelli meets. Back set. Oh, blocked.
Umali with a huge block. I mean, on the side of Martelli, anyone being put on the court right now instantly contributes, and that somehow speaks about the depth of their lineup as well.
The toss to Alicante. Checked. And out.
But Alicante and Sorio really has been the bright spots here for CHICHI.
Eight serving 11. Tubog to Umali, who just finds the opening.
Smart move there. Again, defense was waiting for a power hit from Umali, but Umali changing the tempo, being smart with the angle.
looks like he's just sliding in the air. 12-8. Set to Lopez.
And Lopez was trying to be strategic as well with that offense, but no go.
Honorado also tried to crawl his way there, but it was out anyway. Timeout for CHICHI.
Start muna uli sa pasa. Ngayon, pag tayong papalo, cover. Pag sila papalo, block tayo sa depensa. Pag nag-triple block, madalas magdadrop muna yung spiker. So, yung nasa gilid, diskarte na kayo. Ilang ako pala.
Ilang ako akin yun. Okay.
Tara, uy, huwag yung palayuin. Game.
A good pass, that's what they need right now. Have to play cohesively as well, because it's the same story as the first two sets. A tight start, but then Martelli would gain momentum and then they would control the set, and it's the same, but it's just a 5-point lead now in CHICHI. They need a quick side out.
No option but to win the sets in hopes of a reverse sweep, but Martelli meets is a set away from getting their first win here in our Invitational Conference. And they get that point. (14-8). Lopez. Naabangan. They go back to him. This time it works.
And Lopez has been a key player here as well for CHICHI. See a lot of gut moves coming from him, not a lot of power attacks, but the swipes and the soft touches, just being smart.
Honorado from the back. Alicante with the pickup. Lopez again.
Lopez is on the roll right now. He just knows. Take a look at this one, maximizing that loose block, that gap in between the blockers. Floor defense also not ready for Martelli.
Oh, but a service error for Alicante.
And just when CHICHI is starting to gain good momentum here.
Nine points for Renz Cruz. Sorio forces a net violation from his opponents.
And that's what the presence of Sorio can do in the front row. Blockers really trying to press their hands in, trying to slow him down, forcing them to commit an error. But again, yet again, another service error on the side of CHICHI.
Ouch. That will bring us to the second technical timeout. Martelli meets are up by 5.
Nung tayo ay bata pa, ang huling ending mo. Ang galing-galing mo sumayaw, napapugi mano cha-cha.
Sing it.
Sample them.
Oy, sumample na ako kanina. By the way, your favorite NBA superstars on NBA TV Philippines now available on Signal Play. Download the Signal Play app on the App Store and Google Play and subscribe now to catch all the action in this new NBA season, which has been an exciting one as well. All of the NBA games you can catch on Signal Play and on Pilipinas Live as well. Kalayag announces his entry.
Kalayag hammering that one in. I mean, there was one blocker with him there, but chose the right angle to hammer that one.
Lumayag na.
Whew.
Grabe yun. 5 points ang abante. Babawi sa kabila. That is Reyes. Or that's Salazar, rather.
Good answer there. Point is a point. Not a lot of power. But a good tip.
Mga bagong pasok na nagparamdam agad.
Right.
More changes on the side of Martelli meets. Tubog transfers to the left. To Mali.
Martelli just has a lot of firepower in them in this game. CHICHI having a difficult time to defend.
Alicante off the block. 1-1 against Honrado.
Alicante going for that power attack. Break the hands of Honrado.
Serving now for CHICHI is Mosera. Honrado answers back. There's a game within a game here in set 3.
It looks like Alicante wants to get back again, but Honrado this time again off the hands of Alicante.
Bigay mo sa akin, sabi ni Alicante. Ayan na. Nilipat kay Lopez. And he will score. This is only a 4-point lead, by the way. Abrazado will check in. Serving 19. Tubog goes to Cruz. The dive by Mosera. Kept alive by CHICHI. Honrado again with the help of the net.
Oh, what the gutsy set there from Tubog to Honrado. Creating spaces indeed on the net defense of CHICHI.
Five-point lead. That's out.
CHICHI can't afford these errors right now. Martelli just 4 points away and getting their first win.
Yeah. Finally, after 7 matches, that is, and CHICHI in danger of dropping down to 0-8. Lopez switching his attack. Honrado. Nothing there. Alicante. Back with the white shirts. They go back to Alicante. Honrado with a save. Umali from the back row. And into the stands, the ball goes.
Umali has been productive as well. Did not start in the first set. Coming off the bench in the second. Starting here in the third set. Has provided a lot of firepower here for Martelli.
More shuffling. Deniega is back. So 2 setters on the floor, but it looks like Deniega will be that playmaker for CHICHI. Umali on deck to serve 3 points away from winning this match. Free ball. Couldn't take advantage. Let's see what they do here for the Brotherhood Titans. And Alicante.
Alicante with some sauce in that attack. He's loving it. Take a look at this one, perfectly avoiding that blocking formation of Martelli.
Kaya nanood muna ng Miss Universe nitong umaga. No? Yung ganong turn. And Cruz will hit. Actually, ako talaga yung nanood. Kaya
How
ko
was it?
sinabi.
Did you enjoy it?
Wala eh, di tayo maabot eh. Sa top 12.
Sayang hindi nila makita yung turn mo dito.
7-point lead. Cebrero back sets to Sikidin, and his teammates go wild.
Oh, Martelli at match point right now. Great show of team effort really on the side of Martelli.
They are enjoying every bit of this game. 1 point away, Renz Cruz. Not yet.
He got too excited.
Salazar will enter. Final point ang hinahanap ng Martelli meets. Rene Lopez will have to serve flawlessly. Cebrero, the bump, the finisher, no. And a violation. Bit too eager to finish this one off.
Martelli has to find a way to compose themselves here.
They want Sikitin. That's short. So they can afford to still commit some errors.
But they need a quick side out right now.
Cebrero in the middle. And Calayag will end this one with that exclamation point and the first win for the Martelli meets Master Butchers in our Invitational Conference.
And they very much deserve this first win. They showed a lot of teamwork all throughout this match. We mentioned Cruz and Reyes with being effective right on the middle. But the wing attackers as well in Cordes, Honrado, Bundok, Calayag in the middle. So it was really a team effort. The reason why they also had an easier time against a gutsy CHICHI team.
Yeah, and they take this in straight sets. And Martelli meets will improve their record. Meanwhile, CHICHI winless after 8 matches in our tournament. So they will celebrate this one. We'll see the final scoreline here. 25-19, 25-20, and 25-19. All in favor of the Master Butchers. And we will meet the player of the game in just a bit. But your final thoughts here, Ayel, later on after the break.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans. Back here in the Inara Sports Arena here in Pasig City, the Martelli meets Butchers secured their first ever victory here against the CHICHI Brotherhood Titans. And with me is player of the game, none other than Renz Cruz with 10 points, 6 attacks, 2 blocks, and 2 aces. Congratulations, Renz. Kamusta
Thank you po.
ang pinakaunang pagkapanalo?
Masaya po kasi after ng ilang games namin na naghihirap, ngayong araw nakamit na namin yung panalo.
And congratulations talagang nakuha
Thank you.
nyo. And with that, how big of a factor is defense? Lalo na nasa gitna ka. Gano'ng kalaking factor yung sinabi nyong stronger defensive patterns for this match today?
Ano po?
Gano'ng ka-importante yung defense na ipinakita nyo today?
Importante po yung defense namin kasi pag yung mga reception namin mahina, so bumabawi po kami sa blockings talaga po. And yun po.
At kita talaga yung efforts niyo for today. Napaka-flawless. It was a sweep. And with that, meron ka bang gusto mga batiin yung fans, yung family, yung friends mo?
Meron po. Hello po sa family ko sa bahay, kay tatay po na sa Qatar, sa girlfriend ko na sa Italy. I love you. Kay Gemma, Happy Father's Day.
Congratulations again, Renz. Kitang-kita namin yung ngiti mo. And with that, congratulations again to the Martelli meets Butchers for securing their first ever victory. Don't go away. We have the VNS Griffins going against the Navigators up next.
LDR pala. And well-deserved win for
Kaya
Renz Cruz.
excited din siya bumate.
Very happy with his performance. Played well in this matchup, and more importantly, the first win for Martelli meets.
And again, for Cruz, it was an all-around game for him, from attacks, from blocking, from service aces. But again, it wasn't just him that performed so well, because we keep mentioning it was a team effort. As we take a look at this stats in the third set, and even much more improved attack points for Martelli. They have 15 against the 12 of CHICHI. 1 kill block apiece, 1 service ace apiece, and CHICHI committing more errors in that set, making it a lot more easier for Martelli meets.
Everything pointing towards the direction of the Master Butchers, who take this one in straight sets over the CHICHI Brotherhood Titans. As mentioned by Alexis, we still have one more. Make that 2 more games, actually. But first, it's the VNS Griffins versus the Navigators. Iloilo up next here at the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. The Martelli meets Master Butchers get their first win in the tournament at the expense of the CHICHI Brotherhood Titans. On behalf of Alexis Tinsay, my partner Aiel Estraniero, my name is Dip Dipiato, saying thank you for watching, and more volleyball action here on Signal TV. Stay with us here on Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.